I know for a fact a lot of you are not going to like what I have to say, but I'm not scared to say it. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, written and directed by Ryan. Let's try this again. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, written and directed by Rian Johnson. Okay, guys, I thought I was going to make a spoiler-free video, but I just got to talk about it. I'm just going to say this, okay? I hope that eventually, a year from now, I really do think people are going to, at least I hope so, wake up. So when Force Awakens came out, I saw it 3 times. I loved it. But once the hype ended, it just kind of fizzled out. I realized that it was a new hope, that it was just copy and paste. Nothing new. It was a very soft reboot is what it was. At the end of Force Awakens, they have blown up Star Killer Base. It's practically a planet. I mean, it is a planet. And they blew it up. It just gone. That was like the majority of the Empire. That was like their main base, right? If not, that was a lot of dudes. And at the beginning of The Last Jedi, the Rebel Alliance is on the run again. Why can you guys not think of something new? What's going on? Like, why does the Rebel Alliance have these awesome wins and then they're always losing? Okay, so the opening sequence, it's awesome. BB-8, see him like tearing into the X-Wing, keeping it going so Poe Dameron can get in there and blow some stuff up. And that is something I have a problem with. They just made Poe Dameron, this awesome pilot, just a hothead. Like, I get it, it gives him somewhere to go, that's cool, but they concentrated on it the entire stinking film. So that was one plot line. It wasn't terrible, but jumping ahead within the beginning of Poe Dameron's storyline, the rebellion's on the run from the Empire and they just keep losing ships. They've lost countless people, which is a terrible decision. They off so many characters. They just blow Admiral Akbar away. A lot of the deaths in this movie are just Rian Johnson. Listen, okay, I feel like these were his issues. He didn't like BB-8. He was only useful in the beginning of the film. Other than that, he's just tossed around like a useless rag doll and not funny. The humor in this film, the majority of it doesn't land whatsoever. He obviously didn't like Kylo Ren's mask. Made a big thing about that getting destroyed. I don't know if you were going for some imagery there with the whole Snoke telling him you're just trying to be like your grandfather and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. There are just so many issues with this film that I don't know where to begin because one thing makes me think of another thing. My main issues with this film, okay? I'm just going to cut to the chase here. There are too many storylines going on. Finn and Rose's storyline, pointless. It was not needed. That's 30 minutes of the film that shouldn't even been in the film, if you ask me. They go to this planet to find this guy who's got a flower thing, I don't know, and he's some kind of hacker, so they can get into the mothership and deactivate this tracker that the Empire has because they're able to track the rebellion through light speed. Which brings in Benicio del Toro, whose character is useless. Which brings me into the next thing. There are so many useless characters in this movie. It's practically a creature feature for one. Yes, you see that in Star Wars movies countless times, but they don't just sit on it. You see it a couple of times and it's funny. The most I laughed in this movie was... I hate that I feel this way about this movie because there are some really good things in this film. Really good things. But... for me, the bad outweighs the good because of the overall message of this film. Mark Hamill's performance in this is remarkable. Hands down, amazing. I remember hearing before the movie ever came out and when they started shooting, he didn't exactly agree with Ryan. And he probably still doesn't. And his publicist is going, be quiet. Disney's going, shh. Shut up, Mark. You hate this, everybody's gonna hate it. I've followed Mark Hamill long enough to know that he is a fan just as much as everyone else. And who would know the character better than Mark Hamill himself? And what they do with him, they just throw him to the wind. He just drifts off because he created a Force ghost, a mirage of himself, and fought Kylo Ren. But because of that, it killed him? No. This is a man who has given up hope. The man who brought hope back to the rebellion has disappeared for, rightful reasons, which I sort of bought into. He throws in the towel for that. Fine. I'll bite on that. But he goes and he distracts Kylo while what's left of the rebellion is getting away, which brings me to another point, which I will get to in a second. He has purpose again. He has a motivation. He has a drive. You're just going to make him give up? No, it's a cop-out to get rid of the original character so you can focus on the new characters. Big fans are going to see these characters that you keep killing off. What's up with that? It's frustrating because it's all set up to just pick up, hold in your hands, and take care of. Just like a baby. Just pick it up. Hey there, little Star Wars. We're going to take care of you. It's going to be good. Yeah. But no. That's not what happens. Much like Rey, you dump your child on a desert planet, sell her for booze, money, whatever. I don't know whatever that storyline is. She doesn't have parents. She's a nobody. Cool, whatever. They set up so many iconic characters in Force Awakens, and they just off them in this movie. Snoke, he's a nobody. Cut in half. Oh, we haven't seen that before. And for somebody who's in Kylo's mind, who senses his every thought, he couldn't pick up on the fact that he was turning the lightsaber towards him and just turns it on. Are you kidding me? Sure. Kylo he's honed his abilities and he's created a wall and Snoke can no longer get in there. Didn't see that happen. There was nothing there. And Phasma, tossed in a compactor in Force Awakens. This movie, screen time, 2 minutes maybe, and killed. You had the opportunity to make an awesome character. It was an awesome character. It was all presented there, right there in front of you. And just, nah, I don't like Phasma. I don't like BB-8. I don't like Snoke. Let's get rid of that. I don't like that storyline. I'm Rian Johnson. It's upsetting because there were so many good things about this film. Cinematically, absolutely beautiful. Oh yeah, I was going back to the rebellion getting away. That was a thing. So here's what's up. They get chased to the Salt Planet. They finally escaped the Empire because of a character that I did not like. Laura Dern's character, who I was not fond of whatsoever. Sure, she did a good job. They did use her in a very cool way. She took her ship, the Lightspeed, and rammed it straight through the ship and saved the rebellion. That was an awesome moment in the film. I am not going to ignore that. However, what doesn't make sense to me is Leia's name holds no merit whatsoever, even with them blowing up a stinking planet and destroying half the Empire, or apparently only like an eighth of the Empire, so nobody's gonna come and help. This movie is all hype and no hope. You walk out of this film feeling, what? I don't know how to feel. Yes, cool things in this movie, but there are a lot of problems in it. You don't get rid of Luke Skywalker like that. I don't like it, and I refuse to like it. This movie was fun at times. That's it. Action sequences and all of that, cool. But we learned nothing new, and where was the hope? If you've been following me for a while, you know that I work at a movie theater. I worked opening night, and I watched hundreds of people come out of the theater with this look on their face. There might have been a select few that were going, oh man, that was good. That was good. Then they get home, and because they saw this visually stunning film, they sit and think of the good moments and let it overshadow the problems with the film. I'll see it again. I hope I'm wrong about what I'm saying. I think I'm pretty rock solid on my opinion about Luke. I'm not happy. Honestly, I can't give this movie a rating. I'm going to have to see it again because I'm afraid to give it one. Because ballpark estimate a 6. That's not fair. I'm gonna give it another watch, and hopefully I just didn't have a bad taste in my mouth for whatever reason while I was watching it. So yeah, there are my thoughts on Star Wars. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments down below. I really want to hear what you have to say and tell me why I'm wrong if you think I'm wrong. Seriously, I'm not goading people. I'm not trying to make people angry. This is me sharing my opinion because I truly am upset that a franchise that is special to me is kind of being just thrown in the ditch and forgotten about. But on a happier note, if you're local to the Asheville, North Carolina area, be sure to head on over to the828.com. Why? Because that's where the locals go. And if you haven't done so, head on over to the Liner House YouTube page and subscribe. We got a new show coming out. This is something anyone and everyone will enjoy watching. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more of what I'm doing here and not miss a single thing, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you get a notification every time I make an upload. And if you want to see one of my last reviews, you can click right up there. And may the Force be with you.